I'm Stacey.
I'm Joanne.
I'm Kayleigh.
Wait till I tell ya.
Welcome back to episode 5. Here is a side note from our co-host Joanne.
Hello. How the hell are we all, guys? I am just very quickly jumping in with a short voice note to let everyone know that I will be missing in action over the next couple of weeks. I know we have kind of teased that there's something coming up in the land of Joanne, so certainly do tune in because all will be revealed very, very soon. But in the meantime, I shall be MIA from this amazing pod for the next couple of episodes and will, fingers crossed, be rejoining for maybe episode 10 or 11-ish. We'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, you will be in the ever so capable hands of Miss Stacey and Miss Kayleigh, who, just to clarify, have approved of this annual leave. God, I wish I was going on annual leave. I mean, a little last minute flight could be arranged, surely. Might shoot over a little text to himself there and see now. But anyway, no. Buckle in, enjoy the ride, and women, over to you.
Episode 5 is going to cover childhood fears, biggest inspirations, a dub's interpretation of Culchie's, and of course, our icks and our confessions. I suppose for me, childhood fears, I think as a child growing up, you're always afraid of everything. You always assume that adults are not afraid of anything.
Oh yeah.
When you're growing up. But for me, one of the biggest things was like scared of the dark. And I don't even know where it stems from, because like we would have always had night lights when we were kids.
Yeah.
And we would have always had like, you know, the door open, tiniest little sliver to let the light in or whatever. But I remember when I was a little bit older, like when I was maybe 10 or 11, I used to go for walks with my dad all the time. And I remember we used to walk past this really, really big house, stunning house. But like obviously as a child, Dad was like, that's haunted. And I'm like, of course it is. And I remember walking down the laneway and there was like a really big lead up, a big driveway up to this house. And in the driveway up to the house was pitch black. And Dad just turned around and goes, yeah, you just have to keep an eye out for the shaded lady.
Fuck off.
And I was like, the what, sorry? And he was like, the shaded lady. And I was like, I don't understand what you mean. And Daddy said, oh yeah, that's where she stays. She walks up and down there every night. The shaded
Just local
lady.
to your home place.
Literally around the corner from
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So every time it got dark and I had to walk past that house by myself, I would absolutely leg it past that house because I was absolutely terrified of shaded lady.
Can I say something? You've grown up around here all your life.
Yeah.
I have family also in this area. What is it with the ghost stories? Why is this town known for ghost stories and to be haunted and everything else? Where did it all stem from?
I literally have no idea, but I think there's just so many like tales of old, of like the families that grew up here and stuff. And there's a lot of history that dates back. Like, you know, up in the graveyard we have a crypt.
Oh yeah.
And
I've been in around.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
Yeah.
And you go into the crypt and there's like a big tomb in the middle of it. Like, and I remember being up in the crypt once and my dad, we had gone up to visit the graves and my dad turned around and he was like, do you want to go into the crypt? And I was like, I don't know about that now. But the guy that was cleaning the graveyard was like, oh, sure, off you go there. All the tools are held in there. I was like, oh my God. So I went into the crypt and like looked into the walls and there was still like really creepy stuff there.
Oh my God.
Just not worth talking about. It was really creepy. Really, really, really creepy.
Oh God.
The other childhood fear I have, and to be honest, if anything, since I've gotten older, it has escalated.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and that's my fear of spiders.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And like, I mean, it is a chronic fear. Like, it is proper arachnophobia.
So, like, what about small ones?
I would squish them to death.
Yeah, so even the teeny tiny ones.
Terrified.
You can't take care of them on your own? Nope.
It's like the concept of them crawling on me just gives me like, oh my God, I actually can't even. I can't
talk about it. Like, do you know what's weird about spiders with me is that like if I'm standing and there's a spider down, fine. Don't ask me to get one off the ceiling or up higher, because if it fell on my face or in or out or at, no, thank you.
Oh my God, do you know what happened to me one night actually? And I think this is what escalated my fear of spiders. Is I don't actually think I've ever told you this before. Go on. Even better. So I was at home in obviously my home house one night, and I was after jumping into the shower. And got out of the shower, put like my towel, my hair, and I like to leave it in there for a while, just like, you know, let the hair kind of whatever do its thing. Went into the bedroom, got my clothes on, everything like that. That was fine. And I said, you know what, it's probably about time now to, take down my hair. So I pulled the towel down, right? And just the way you like shake out your hair. So I flicked my head back up like that. And there was a spider crawling across my chest. It had come out of the towel. Now, when I tell you this spider was the size of my hand, I am not exaggerating. It was like one of those proper, the winter spiders that like come into your house because it's warm in the winter.
Big horrible looking yolks.
It was like the thick black legs. Never forget it, right? To the point that when Brian came home from work that evening, I was like, I am not sleeping in that bedroom until you find him, because I obviously
You didn't get to kill him. I didn't get to kill him.
He was
rolled in the room. No.
I had a trunchable moment. I was there trying to shake this. I can just imagine. I was there trying to shake this guy off my chest, and it literally was like that scene from Matilda where the trunchbull has the newt, and I'm like screaming my head off. My dad's like, what's going on? What happened? And Brian got home that evening, and I was like, if you don't find him, I'm not sleeping in that room. Didn't find him.
All right.
Lay in bed all that night, couldn't sleep. Could not sleep. Staring at the ceiling, looking at every corner. I left the door open all the way because I was like, can't do it.
Don't let my wall say.
I was lying down, and the next minute I rolled over towards the window, right? And Brian was behind me, and I remember Brian saying to me, don't move. And I thought, what? And he goes, don't move and close your eyes. And I was like, no, no, I'm not doing that. Like, what are you talking about? So we had black curtains in the bedroom, but it was black at the front, and then there was a white sheet behind it. And just in the middle, you could see the silhouette of the spider. So he was between the black curtain and the white sheet at the back of it.
Oh God.
Brian literally went over with 2 runners. That's absolutely like cremated him.
Oh my God.
Cremated him. But I will never forget, because even thinking about it now, Ashley gives me like the worst goosebumps ever. Oh yeah, spiders in the dark were mine. What were yours?
I'm still trying to recover from the spider incident. A while back, I actually put up a question box on Instagram and Facebook. We actually got a lot of response. So we had things like the boogeyman. We had the banshee. Some people were terrified of swimming. There was a lot of swimming stories. We also had people that were afraid of thunder and lightning. And funnily enough, some people were afraid of school. Now, I can understand that from some of the people that had emailed in there from the older gen. So like they were getting better around the place with little whips of
rulers and everything across their knuckles. Yeah.
A lot of people as well with eating the seeds from apples, oranges, or watermelons that they would grow in their bellies.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
That coincides as well with lies our parents told us.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yeah, 100%.
It absolutely does, because that's where it came from. My own childhood fears, funnily enough, is Halloween. Masks and people dressed up as animals. Now, that's under kind of the one branch for me. But you laugh at the Halloween thing because you know how much I love it now.
Yes, 100%. I find it really hard to believe that you were ever scared of Halloween.
Terrified. My nanny, God bless her, tried so hard to get me to like Halloween. She even went and bought something as simple as a witch's hat and literally stood in front of me and was like, Kayleigh, I'm nanny. She put the hat on. I lost my fucking shit. I was terrified. She even went as simple as to buy a Donald Duck mask. I remember this duck mask going around the pumpkin house, and I even hated that. Another fear I had was there was a certain family member, I won't name names, but I was terrified of them. For no reason.
For absolutely no reason.
No reason whatsoever. I have no idea why I was so
like
afraid.
The uncle with the janky eye or the uncle with
that was
glasses. God.
This person, there was absolutely nothing wrong with them. Nothing. And even to this day, I'm a bit like, oh, a bit sketch. But there's nothing wrong with them. It's just whatever in my head clicked. I'm terrified of this person. And that was it. I was a very nervous child anyway. I was afraid of rabbits.
Oh, we got you.
Yeah. Terrified of rabbits. One bit me.
Oh, well, that makes it okay.
So that was... another person actually emailed.
Okay.
And 2 things they mentioned was growing old. And then this one I loved. This has to be my absolute hands down favourite. And it's the Irish Mammy's wooden spoon.
Oh God, yeah. Terrified. But fear God, yeah.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. The minute the press opened and the things started rattling.
Did you get hit with the wooden spoon?
Oh, yeah.
You did.
It was a real fear.
Sorry, Mommy.
It was a real fear. But it was a real fear because you knew
Yeah.
I knew you had fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
When they came with the wooden spoon, you just knew you had messed up.
Yeah. Another one was, it's a wooden spoon story as well. So my mum has an aunt, and her son got so sick of being hit around the place with the wooden spoon. He took every one of them. He ran out into the garden and he fired them all up on top of the shed. He's like, I'd like to see you hit me now. Got rid of the whole lot of them.
Brilliant.
He was sick of her.
Clever. Our next topic then, I suppose, we said we wanted to cover who our biggest inspirations were and why.
Yeah.
Want to go first on this one?
Yeah, I'll go first. Now, I don't really have so much as a why, I suppose, response to it. It's kind of, I suppose anybody's lucky to have one person they can think of. Three came to mind. My Nanny Breda would have been my inspiration. I thought she was a great woman. Granted, there was times we absolutely killed each other, and there was times I don't even remember it happening because, of course, it was quite young. But my dad has been like, Jesus, you used to kill each other. But look, that's what grandmother and granddaughter didn't, or what mother and daughter didn't. But absolutely idolised her. She had a rough life. She had a hard life. But she loved to live. She loved playing darts. She loved having her few drinks. She loved going away on holidays with the family in the caravan. She just loved everything. She was a typical grandmother at the back of the day. At the end of the day, like, she did as much as possible as she could with us because she absolutely idolised every one of us. I think what stands to me the most though is in later years to find out how sick she was, the different illnesses that she had to deal with, the operations that she went through, and the big C that she dealt with for many, many years, to still be as witty as she was at times. Granted, she was cantankerous at times as well, like, and I'm not going to say she was perfect, but she was perfect to us. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, we all had, I know this is going to make it sound maybe a certain way, but we all as a family had our tents or our trailer tents or our campers or our caravans that we used to go away on holidays in, and she was like Queen of the Gypsies. Do you know, she was the one that held us all together. Mm-hmm. I suppose then from that it led to my mum, and only being 32 and looking back and listening to what life my mum lived, like, she didn't have it easy either. And I know some people might look and go, oh, she has this, she has that, but she doesn't have it for nothing. It didn't just fall into her lap. So it didn't. And she was also someone that was always there for us. I suppose in times as well, like, you don't, in the midst of it, as a child growing up, you don't always think of it. But as well, I was also the type of teenager that was like, why are you giving out with your ma? Like, when I heard other girls giving out with their mother, I'm like, why are you doing that? And now I suppose, again, that I'm older, I can understand why some of them did it and whatever else. But I don't know, I've great time for my mum. I know the life she lived. She had a hard time, and it's more as I'm getting older, she'll tell me more. Mm-hmm. So she's another big inspiration to be able to get up and get on and live her life the way she has, considering how tough it's been. And I know it's not necessarily a funny topic, but we lost my grandfather last year, and I left it a little while, but I'm more so a dark humour kind of thing. And I asked her, how does it feel now to be an orphan? So I did. She got the funny side of it because she knows what I'm like.
I think this is how you and I click so well, is that we deal with the most traumatic experiences.
Dark humour.
And I know Joanne is the very same.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we deal with this shit? Oh, let's make a joke out of it. Yeah. Let's make this shit funny. Yeah. Because it's a coping mechanism.
No, it absolutely is, yeah.
Because otherwise, like,
if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Exactly. But like, people deal with traumatic stuff every day. Yeah. But they all deal with it so differently. Yeah. Some people go into themselves. Some people like to talk about it in a really emotional way. Yeah. And like, we all go through those phases. But the easiest way for me coping with stuff like that is dark humour all the way, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, all the way. So I don't think she was kind of expecting me to say it when I said it, but I got a laugh out of it, you know, because that was tough on her too.
Yeah.
But then, last but by no means least, my daddy. I idolise the ground my father walks on. He is, I'm not going to get emotional.
She says when she gets emotional.
I absolutely idolise the ground that man walks on. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that he would not do for anyone, not just me. He has the kindest heart and the softest soul. He is just an out-and-out gentleman. He's a rogue, but he's an out-and-out gentleman. He's a great man. He's hard-working, and he's always family first. But he'll do whatever he can. He has stood by me and has protected me and looked after me in ways a daddy should. And he is the best daddy. And now over to you, because I'm going to start bawling like an ass.
Well, Kayleigh took a very emotional approach to her biggest inspiration and why. For me, I took a little bit of a lighter route and I picked a celebrity.
Oh,
yeah.
I like this.
And the reason I picked this celebrity is, and this is going to sound so stupid, but like I don't normally watch TV a whole lot.
Okay.
Like real television, you know, like where the episodes are released every week and you watch an episode every week. But I got absolutely addicted to The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Okay.
And so many people had said it to me about watching it, and I was like, I don't know if it's for me. I was addicted, hook, line and sinker, first episode.
Right, okay.
But there was one girl in particular on a Slamau, as they call it, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Okay.
SLOMW. And I took a real shine to her because she was bullied in it.
Oh.
She was belittled. I just felt like out of all of them, she was the realest. And that's Whitney Levitt.
Okay, right.
So she was the realest person in the house when they went away to events and stuff like that. She said true to herself, I feel. She was the one person that kind of always stood by her own beliefs and didn't let anybody else influence her too much. So she would have, like, other people would have been saying nasty shit behind people's backs and she was just like, take a step back here.
Oh, wow.
This is nothing to do with me. And I feel like she got a really hard time for that, for not piggybacking, like for not being like, oh yeah, she is a horrible person. But off the back of that, she has had the biggest glow up.
Oh,
history.
Love this, right? Okay.
So in season 3 on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, she was offered to go on Dance with Stars. Now, she became TikTok famous before Secret Lives of Mormon Wives for TikTok dancing.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's like during COVID and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
She did TikTok dancing and she's just a real smooth mover, real natural at dancing. So on Dance with Stars, she was phenomenal. Yeah. But off the back of that, like, she started going to the gym. She started getting all these brand deals by herself. Then she got picked to do Chicago on Broadway. And she got the opportunity to play Roxy Hart.
Wow.
And just to even see a photograph of her then and now, it's just, you can just see the confidence in her growing. And it actually just warms my heart because I'm like, she went through so much. She went through so much, even with her husband Connor. Like, he battled addiction and stuff like that on a different level. But even still, an addiction is an addiction, regardless of what it's to or what it's about.
Of course, yeah.
But she stood by him and they have a beautiful little family. And anything they post on social.
Have they got children?
They have 3 kids. Yeah. But anything they post on social media is always just family.
That's lovely.
And I don't know why, but I'm just so drawn to her.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even explain why. Like, the minute a post comes up, I'm like, I have to check in and see how Winnie's doing. I feel like she's my bestie.
That's actually really lovely.
Yeah. Okay, we move on to our next section, which is a dub's interpretation of Culchies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I suppose this one for me strikes funny because my husband is a dub and I am a Culchie. And from the time we started dating, which is like, it's a while ago now, 15 years ago, the date we got together. But I suppose from the very, very start, there's always been this perception of a Culchie. Yeah. There's always been this view of what a Culchie does, how a Culchie talks, and there are different views. Like, the 8th of December is a Culchie day, Christmas day, where we go up to the big smoke and we do our Christmas shopping and stuff like that. But like a Culchie in general, like, I don't know if you know this, but I did look up on the Urban Dictionary the definition of a Culchie.
Yes.
So it says, a Culchie is a Hiberno-English slang term used to describe somebody from rural Ireland, while traditionally used by Dubliners as a derogatory term for an unsophisticated country dweller.
All right.
Now, it has frequently been reclaimed as a proud badge of identity by those from outside the city.
That's brilliant. I love
So
that.
it used to be really derogatory term.
It's funny because it ties in Torm.
A term that ups you. Brian's going to absolutely kill you for using an accent.
And whoops, that's my can Red Bull. It's funny. It ties in quite well with one of the things I have to say. But
oh my God, gas. But like from talking to Brian's sister, even Laura, like when I met her first,
lovely girl,
so nice. But like she used to always say to me like, slow down. Like I have absolutely no idea what you're saying because I'd be talking speed of light, forgetting to breathe, punctuation, forgetting to breathe.
That's why we don't breathe properly in Ireland when we talk. Like that's a known thing worldwide. So
we're literally doing it. You're like worldwide.
Yeah, I suppose I am. It's mad because like when you're counting, I seen it only the other day. It was like somebody counting money. It's like, oh, and it's what we do. Like, anyway, sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
That's so funny. But she always used to say to me like, we never pronounced our words properly.
Right. Okay.
So she'd be like, do you want a glass of water? And I'm like, huh? That's water. And she's like horrified, like, a glass of what? I'm like, water. Because we just don't pronounce our T's.
No. There's 2 T's and butter. I don't know where they are.
They must be silent T's. It's like butter.
Silent T's.
It's like butter.
Yeah.
There is no T's. It's non-existent.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, absolutely.
But like I remember sitting down with Brian's dad one day, right, watching TV because Brian used to work night shifts.
Okay.
So I was sitting there watching TV with his dad, waiting for him to get up. So obviously he'd sleep for a couple of hours during the day.
Yeah.
And we were watching some really like real country program about like cooking in the country and stuff like that or whatever.
Okay.
And they were cooking fish and they were talking about fish. And this picture of a fish came up onto the screen. And I had just in passing been like, oh, that's a lovely looking, tench or bream or whatever it was. I can't even remember the name of the fish right now. And like his dad turned around and looked at me. He's like, how do you know? Like, do all country people have this knowledge? And I'm like, no, it's just that I fished my whole life. And that is how I know this. But he was literally so mesmerized with the thought of I knew the name of the fish.
Oh my God.
And that was the way they perceived was that if I knew it, all Culchies must know it. Because we all apparently, like there's Dublin, then there's Culchies. It's like the rest of the country.
Yeah.
So we all live in the Shicks.
Yeah.
And the Dubs live in
the back arse of nowhere.
Literally. And then, well, you do live in the back arse of nowhere. That's different. But the Dubs live in the Big Schmoke. It's like the capital on Hunger Games.
Yeah, yes.
You have the capital and then you have all the districts.
Yeah.
Is just the way it is to
absolutely
them.
Oh 100%. I totally agree with you. And it is like what you said about the shopping day going up to Dublin and the Culchies are coming up and all this crack. And
it's the biggest day for pickpocketing up there.
Oh, probably is. Absolutely. Sure, anything's a bargain. But it's like what you said there. One of mine was that outside of Dublin, it's just all one area.
Yeah.
Just all merged. We're obsessed with GA. We're obsessed with the football, the hurling, anything that the ska and the ra. That's literally what it's literally like it's funny, so it is, because I think as well the Dubs do think like, oh sure, all the go around is their O'Neill's kits or jerseys and jeans and boots that are brown and are thick, and like I honestly, we're not all farmers. No, we really aren't. No, we don't all
sell cows apart.
No, I do love a Highland cow, me, I won't lie. Your face is like, what the fuck is that? I'll show you a picture after. We don't all have, frontage or tractors in the back garden, so we don't, not at all.
No, it's not the way.
It was once upon a time said to me that anybody outside of Dublin is thick. So like, we're not clever because they have all the big highfalutin colleges.
That goes back to the Urban Dictionary saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's tying in with what you said.
That literally said it was a derogatory term for unsophisticated country dwellers. It makes us sound like cavemen.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely does.
And we're not.
But even if you travel to, so like you have, let's say you've Leinster, you went to certain parts of Munster and up towards Connacht, even the area, the land is so much different than this side of the country.
Yeah.
So it is. It's like a split. It's like the closer you get to Dublin, the roads get better, the greenery is greener. Do you know what I mean? And then there's parts of Dublin you get into, and it's literally pure scum.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's hilarious. I don't know. I wonder if it's more this is me making a comment at the Dubs, and I don't mean it to be that way, but is it kind of like the more high-end side, like the Malahide side?
Well, you have north side, south side.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's the money side.
The minute you cross that bridge.
No.
The difference.
You go from suits to like...
Yeah, but not even that though. You cross the bridge and just the level of poverty even on the other side.
Yeah. Like I remember going to school.
Homeless people.
Yes. I actually remember going to secondary school with a guy. Lovely, lovely guy. And he'd always be talking about his nanny. But the way they say nanny, I love it. It's so... I'm not even going to attempt to put on the accent because I'll break down my neck. It's not happening. And our lovely Joanne, isn't her partner a Dub?
Yeah, Barry.
So, Barry. But the way he used to say, like, oh, do you know, talk away, and he'd be talking about his nanny. I just loved the way he said it. Or, do you know, like, I grew up in the flats. Yup, the flats.
A listener sent in an ick this week, and it actually, I can relate to it so much. Telling someone how to do their job when they're not in that profession.
Sickening.
I remember Brian telling me a couple of times that you would have, like, he'd be changing the tyres on a car, or he'd be doing a job on a car, and you'd have the person standing behind you watching your every move and almost dictating to you how you should be changing the tyres.
No. You came to me for a reason, pal.
Exactly. And I remember him saying that so many times it happens. Like, so many times.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And another listener actually sent us a message in on Instagram, and it was someone trying too hard to be funny. And the reason I picked this one to use is because when there's nothing as bad as if you're in a situation and someone is telling jokes or trying to be funny, and you're just looking at them and you're trying to laugh, and like, but your laugh is just a pitiful laugh. It's like, if you're going to actually tell a joke, make sure it's funny.
Yeah,
I know that might sound silly, but
it doesn't sound silly at all, I promise. It's just, you don't want to have to explain your punchline.
No, because then it's not funny. I remember somebody doing it one time and they're like, do you not get it? I'm like, you're not being funny.
Yeah.
And to say it, you know me, Stacey. I don't like being that way.
Yeah. But
I was just like, it's not funny. At this point, they were wearing on me at that point.
Yeah.
So they were wearing on me. So, an emailer who wishes to remain anonymous sent me an email. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 25 years since my last confession. I went to the local village shop before a match to purchase some underage cigarettes, and underage is underlined. They were 14 at the time. They said they were buying them for their father, who later, in turn, on the same day, went to the same said shop to buy fags after the match that they were all going to be told by the shopkeeper, sure, your young lad was in here earlier and got them. The father didn't know what to do. So they went back out and into the car, and he looked at the son and was like, what are you doing?
Oh.
How come you were in here earlier? Sure, he was caught rotten.
Yeah.
He couldn't deny it. He was absolutely caught rotten.
he literally was caught red-handed. Like, he could not deny that at all.
No.
Oh,
and to remain anonymous was highly suggested in this.
Yeah.
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
But caught rotten, sadly.
I have a confession, and it is a personal confession.
Your own.
This is my own confession. I only thought about it when I was jotting down notes earlier on.
Right.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, will I, won't I? And we were never found out for this as well. So I apologise if I incriminate one of my childhood friends in this, because this is me and her. So basically, me and my neighbour's daughter were really, really close friends. And when we were younger, her mum used to work and her dad used to work. So sometimes she'd be like in my house, or I'd be in her house, or whatever it be. And we were old enough to like mind ourselves kind of thing. So I used to always go into her house, and we used to make eggy bread which obviously is French toast.
Yeah.
But we used to call it eggy bread when we were kids. But we were there one day making eggy bread anyway. It was just two of us in the house, and we were going to go in and watch a movie. And we were sitting down, and she opened the fridge and she says, "Will we have a taste of this?"
Oh God.
And I said to her, "What is it like?" And she said, "It's one of Dad's beers." And I said to her, "Sure, yeah, like, fuck it, will we? Like, you know, foul arse. Like, let's give it a go. Like, a bottle of Miller."
Oh, what? No.
So he used to have a couple of bottles of Miller in the fridge for himself, obviously. And we decided that we were going to take it. So we took the bottle of Miller and we went into her bedroom with her groovy chick bed covers.
I remember groovy chick.
And we sat down, we had our eggy bread, and we had half a bottle of Miller each. And we did that a few times. It was only once. We did that a few times, and we were never found out. We used to throw the bottle into the back field. I used to bring it home one week and put it into my bin because nobody had known the difference, because nobody in my house drank Miller. So we were never found out till now.
If you brought the bottle home to your house, how was it never copped if they didn't drink Miller in your house?
Put straight into the bin, the outside bin.
Oh yeah.
It was easy to do it, like.
Oh my
it was
God.
easier to throw it over the back field, like, but.
Oh, that's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
So, I apologise for incriminating my partner in crime at the time.
Oh, brilliant.
Here's to you, Lindsay.
Thanks so much for listening this week, lads.
Right now, folks, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.